Yo, Trailblazers, we need to have a serious conversation about the future of your account. Right now, the entire community is engaged in a massive debate over the early 4.4.x banners. Everyone is fighting over Silverwolf SP, analyzing the new preservation units, and trying to figure out how to squeeze every last drop of damage out of the current meta. But you are all looking in the wrong direction. While the community is blinded by the immediate shiny objects in versions 4.1 and 4.2, HoYoverse is quietly orchestrating the single biggest mechanical reset in the history of Honkai Star Rail. I'm talking about a meta shift so massive that it will make the Penacony break effect era look like child's play. Today, we're taking an advanced theory-crafting deep dive into the Astral Express awakening. We are going to decode the official in-game lore breadcrumbs, analyze the inevitable arrival of the Elation Trailblazer, and break down why saving your Stellar Jades for the version 4.4 main push, specifically the highly theorized Himeko SP, is the only F2P strategy that matters. If you want to survive the Plan Arcadia arc without swiping your credit card, you need to understand the summon meta. Let's get into the data. To understand where the game is going, we first have to understand the main character. The Trailblazer is the mechanical anchor of Honkai Star Rail. Think back to Belobog. The Preservation Trailblazer introduced us to the concept of consistent team-wide taunting and shielding, setting the stage for characters like Fu Xuan and Aventurine. Then look at Penacony. The Harmony Trailblazer didn't just support the team, they fundamentally created the super break mechanic. They turned a niche stat into the most dominant damage type in the game, enabling characters like Firefly and Boothill to absolutely shatter the endgame. Now we are in the Plan Arcadia cycle, and the narrative breadcrumbs are screaming one thing: the Elation path. Aha, the Eon of Elation is heavily tied to the thematic core of this new world, and when the Trailblazer unlocks the Elation path, it is not going to be a simple follow-up attack buff. HoYoverse doesn't do simple for the main character anymore. Advanced theory crafters are projecting that the Elation MC is going to introduce the summon meta. Instead of just launching attacks out of turn, what if the Elation MC can actually summon independent entities onto the action bar? We've seen early prototypes of this with Yingyuan's Lightning Lord, Topaz's Numby, and Lingsha's Rabbits, but the Elation MC will likely be the dedicated engine that supercharges these independent summons, manipulating their speed, advancing their actions, and multiplying their damage. For a free-to-play player, this is massive. The Elation MC is going to be handed to you for free, and they are going to elevate your account's action economy to a premium level. But an engine is useless without a sports car to put it in, and that brings us to the centerpiece of the 4.x cycle. This is where the theory crafting gets incredibly exciting. Let's talk about Himeko. If you look at the trajectory of the Astral Express crew, we have a clear pattern of narrative awakenings leading to massive power spikes. Den Heng had his monumental story arc on the Xianzhu Luofu, shedding his past and awakening as Imbibitor Lune, a character who completely redefined the destruction path. March 7th just recently received her martial arts training variant, expanding her utility. But Himeko is the navigator. She is the one who found the Express, repaired it, and started this entire journey. Yet narratively, she has been playing a background mentor role for almost 2 years. From a storytelling perspective, you do not keep a character with that much lore weight on the sidelines forever. The story breadcrumbs in Plan Arcadia point to a massive confrontation that will force Himeko to step into the spotlight. We are looking at the highly theorized arrival of Himeko SP. Now, why is this important for your Stellar Jades? Because Himeko SP is projected to be the defining main push character of version 4.4. And when HoYoverse designates a character as a main push, think Acheron or Firefly, they do not hold back. They break the ceiling. Let's connect the dots between the Elation MC and Himeko SP. The original Himeko is an erudition unit who thrives on weakness breaks to trigger her follow-up drone strikes. It is a solid kit, but it relies heavily on the enemy lineup. Himeko SP, however, is theorized to be the absolute apex of the new Elation summon meta. Imagine a kit where Himeko doesn't just wait for a weakness break, but actively summons orbital strike satellites onto the action bar. These satellites act independently, raining down AoE damage. Now pair that with the free Elation Trailblazer, whose entire kit is designed to advance the actions of summons and buff their critical multipliers.
This is the HoYoverse playbook. They did it with Firefly. They designed Firefly to be incredibly powerful, but her true game-breaking potential is only unlocked when she is paired with the Harmony Trailblazer. They give you the lock in the Gotcha banner, and they give you the key for free in the story. Himeko SP and the Elation Trailblazer are going to be the two halves of the most devastating synergy in the 4.x cycle. If you are struggling with pure fiction, or if you are tired of relying on single-target hunt units for Memory of Chaos, this duo is going to be your ultimate F2P salvation. They will control the action bar, output massive off-turn damage, and completely bypass the traditional speed tuning requirements. Now that you understand the end game of the 4.x cycle, we have to talk about the immediate danger to your account, the illusion of necessity. Right now, you are being bombarded with hype for the characters in versions 4.1, 4.2, and 4.3. You are seeing flashy animations, you are hearing rumors of new mechanics, and the FOMO, fear of missing out, is kicking in. But I need you to look at your account objectively. HoYoverse is brilliant at designing characters that solve immediate, short-term problems. They will introduce an enemy type in 4.1 that is really annoying, and miraculously, the 4.1 banner character is the perfect counter to that enemy. This creates the illusion that you need that character to progress. Do not fall for it.
As an F2P or low-spending player, opportunity cost is everything. Every Stellar Jade you spend on a mid-patch solution character is a Jade you are stealing from your Himeko SP fund. If you pull on a 4.2 character just because their animations look cool, you are going to be sitting at zero pity with no Jades when the actual meta-defining main push drops in 4.4. Let the whales pull the early units. Let the spenders test the waters. Your job is to survive. You need to coast through these early patches using the units you already have. Build up your existing roster, optimize your relics, and hoard your resources. So what actionable steps should you be taking right now to prepare for this massive shift? First, stop burning your Trailblaze power on lateral upgrades. If your current DPS characters have a 60-120 crit ratio and can clear the content, stop farming for that perfect 70-140 ratio. The return on investment is terrible. Instead, start hoarding your trace materials and your credits. A new meta means entirely new trace materials will be introduced in the upcoming Plan Arcadia, Echoes of War, and Calyxes. You want a massive stockpile of credits and fuel so that the second Himeko SP and the Elation MC drop, you can instantly max out their levels and traces on day one. Second, keep a very close eye on the new relic sets that will be introduced in the early 4.x patches. HoYoverse always releases the best-in-slot relic sets for a main push character a patch or two before the character actually arrives. If we see a new relic set in 4.2 or 4.3 that specifically buffs damage dealt by summoned entities or increases follow-up damage based on the number of summons on the field, you need to practically live in that cavern of corrosion. Farm it relentlessly, even if you don't have a character who can use it yet. That is the ultimate sign that the summon meta is imminent. Before we wrap up, I want to touch on why the Himeko SP theory holds so much weight beyond just gameplay mechanics. Honkai Star Rail is not afraid to get dark. We saw the emotional weight of Penacony, and Plan Arcadia is setting up to be a narrative crucible for the Astral Express. The path of Elation isn't just about fun and games. Aha is a terrifying, chaotic entity who blew up half the Astral Express just to see what would happen. For the Trailblazer to draw the gaze of Elation, and for Himeko to awaken a new, incredibly powerful SP variant, the crew is going to be pushed to their absolute limits. We might be looking at a storyline where the Express itself is compromised, forcing Himeko to take the front line in a way she never has before. This isn't just going to be a meta shift. This is going to be a massive, emotional, cinematic event that you will want to be fully invested in. Having the Jades to pull the character while experiencing that story is the peak gacha gaming experience. The roadmap is clear, Trailblazers. The 4.x era is going to be defined by the Elation Trailblazer, the Summon meta, and the highly anticipated arrival of Himeko SP as the main push in version 4.4. Your mission is resource discipline. Do not get baited by the early patches. Farm smart,
Hoard your Stellar Jades and prepare your account for the Astral Express awakening. I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you convinced by the summon meta theory? Do you think Himeko SP is finally going to get the Imbibitor Lunae treatment? Or do you think another character is going to steal the 4.4 spotlight? Let me know your F2P saving strategies down below. If this advanced theory crafting deep dive brought value to your account, do me a massive favor and smash that like button. It is the best way to tell the YouTube algorithm that this is the content you want to see. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my upcoming breakdown on how to perfectly pre-farm for the new Elation materials, and as always, may this journey lead us starward. Peace.